All right. Hello, everyone. This is Michael Wright again today. I am the modern reformer. Glad to be with you all. I'm taking it easy tonight. I'm just hanging out, chilling in my t shirt, so don't mind me. But today, on this specific episode, we're going to be talking about how I file criminal complaints because it actually is something that has been asked. So I just want to explain my process. So, first off, it really depends on the jurisdiction of the crime, where it took place. Was it county property? Was it city property? Was it federal property? Where did this take place? Because the jurisdiction and the respective entity that you'll need to go and file the criminal complaint at is going to be determined on what property it took place. So let's say I'm walking down the sidewalk, okay, and I'm just in sidewalk as part of the city. Crime takes place on a sidewalk. I don't know. Someone comes along and I see. Mm, we'll say we saw someone get hit. All right, someone tried to mug an old lady walking down the side of the street or something like that. All right, we get the money back. Blah blah blah. The whole 9 yards takes place, and now we need to press charges against the mugger. So since this was on city property, we're gonna go talk to the city police department in this instance, and we just walk in there. You tell them, "Hey, want to file a criminal complaint," and let them know what happened. Now, what I like to do when dealing with criminal complaints is I like to take as much evidence as possible, and that's where affidavits come into play. Affidavits function as evidence, so I use them quite often, in fact, for various purposes. But yes, they're useful when filing criminal complaints as well because I can detail all the necessary context, the who, what, when, where, and why of what happened, and use all of that context in the affidavit as supporting evidence via a testimony, a sworn testimony that is admissible in court. So that's a big deal. Also, I personally like to take in a lot of the uh, necessary context, if you will, or I'm sorry, any case law or case precedent, the specific statutes that have been violated, or the parts of the Constitution, what the exact charge is that I'm bringing forward. Because you can't just say I want to file a criminal complaint. I mean, you say that, but you have to say what the charge is as well. This guy's, uh, I don't know, someone runs along and they just punch the old lady in the face while they're just walking down the road. I don't know why they do that, but they did. We're dealing with a crazy person in this scenario. He's mugging, he's he's assaulting people all on the same day. He has a vendetta against old ladies for some reason. But anyway, uh, so what would happen is that would be an assault charge in this instance because he hit the woman. So this is just an example. And we take that down to the police department with the affidavits and all the necessary context. And like I said, the exact statutes. Now, if the crime was pertaining to public servants, because public servants get out of hand quite often nowadays, and in the event that you need to actually hold them accountable, yes, there's various laws on the books as well at the federal level and the state level in order to press charges against them when they commit a crime. But of course, it always depends on uh, what right or what crime just took place. It's all about the nature of the crime. Like, for example, if I saw a public servant try and violate the Constitution, let's say they wanted to violate my constitutional right, I would I would bring down charges. Well, probably various charges, but uh, a safe one. deprivation of rights under color of law. It's a federal statute, and I'd use that pretty often in any circumstance like that. But of course, you'd have to go file that in a federal case then, because you're saying your federal, or I'm sorry, a right protected by the national constitution is being threatened or deprived in this instance. So, anyways, now some of the state laws that deal with that too, official misconduct, official oppression, they're along the same train of thought as well, at least for Tennessee. But that's, again, there's various ways to skin this cat. You just need to understand the context. I do also want to point out as well, if in the event that you're unsure what the exact jurisdiction is of the crime, or perhaps you don't feel comfortable talking to someone, but in the event that you're not sure who to take it to, just, you can always go down to the sheriff if need be to. And the various entities, they will push it to the correct entity in the correct jurisdiction. But that takes additional time, extra hassle, and you don't know when they're going to get to it necessarily. It's normally pretty quick, but in order to limit that extra step and make sure, you're not reliant on hoping someone does their job, of course, try to aim for the correct entity the first time around. But it never hurts to go talk to the sheriff. But anyways, I hope that helped. I'm not going to let this video go too much further. I think it explains itself enough. It does require a degree of knowledge and information, so I would encourage you to actually do the necessary research in order to see what the specific statutes are and what you believe the crime is that's been violated, or what crime has been violated. Actually, I will do you one brief favor. I'll show you just a brief list of some of the statutes and whatnot that are relevant in instances where public servants don't do the right thing. So sit tight. I'll show you a very brief list, but you're going to have to do the bulk of the work on your own. You can't expect me to just do all the work for you. Get up and do the work. Stop being lazy. Get it done. Freedom is not free. Okay, sit tight. You'll see it coming shortly. And of course, remember, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial coach. I'm not a professional advisor. I'm not a life coach. Nothing along those lines. I'm not a professional coach, a professional advisor, nothing. All of my videos are for entertainment purposes. And if you watch my videos, you understand that it is for entertainment purposes, and you should not, under any circumstance, misrepresent what I say as being official professional advice in any capacity or in any field. With that being said, keep an eye out for the list. It's coming in just a couple moments, but I'm out.